Okay, so I'm delighted to have been joined by Harry Verhaar of the Climate Change and Energy Programme at Philips. So my first question is, why is Philips interested in climate change?
We are interested in climate change because actually all the products and solutions that we bring to the marketplace, they consume electricity. So it's, on the one hand, we prefer to be part of the solution rather than the problem. But also for our customers, consumers and professional customers, it just makes sense that we provide them with energy efficient solutions because that has an impact on their energy bill. And at the same time, we see that we are actually helped by Mother Nature, because all the more energy efficient solutions, and I know most then about lighting, they also provide a better lighting quality, so that actually the real purpose of a building or a city or a school is amplified.
And how long has Philips been engaged with these kinds of issues? How long has climate change been on your radar?
And in fact, if you look at Philips, then I dare say it's fair to say that sustainable development, but then with different wordings, has always been in our DNA. And in fact, you could say, acting on climate change or providing more energy efficient solutions is just an innovation agenda. Has always happened. But then specifically on climate change, it's the last 7 years when we started building a global program, which also brought together the lighting industry as an industry that wanted to engage and not duck the issue, but to engage with governments in country, regional, global governments, and to show actually how much we can contribute. So I could say a few things about that in numbers, and that was actually quite telling to a lot of people that lighting consumes 19% of global electricity, so about almost a fifth. And most people will know the example of the incandescent light bulb, where the phase-out is actually going to contribute a lot in monetary and in carbon savings. But then still, that's only 1/4 of the electricity consumed by lighting, because 3/4 is in cities, so non-residential buildings, street lighting, schools. And also there you have old and new technology coexisting. And in fact, we've done some analysis, actually in quite some detail, and they show that if we switch in all these applications to more efficient solutions that give all kinds of benefits, we can save like 128 billion euro globally. So that can both, of course, helping the financing of the renovation, but then eventually that's money that can be spent on different things like education, healthcare, all things that are important for sustainable development, not only in developed countries, but think about Africa, India. So if they make the right choice immediately and leapfrog to new solutions, don't make the same mistakes as we do, then this becomes the next step in development instead of the next hurdle.
And climate change is a really divisive issue. Lots of people question its existence even, but then they kind of see it as attacking business and kind of something which will undermine the kind of capitalism. And yet here at the climate talks, there seems to be a big role for business. You hear lots of chief executives here and a lot of interest here. Why is Philips here?
No, actually, we see this as a strong triple win. So it's good for consumers or for professional users because of the things that I just mentioned. It's good for the environment. Actually, it's crucial for the environment. But it's also good for the economy. So you could say on a country level, it creates jobs in new energy technologies, the whole innovative agenda, but also renovation of the existing infrastructure. And first, of course, has always made sense, now even more than ever, to accelerate the transition to new solutions, which for us are often added value products in which we invest in R&D. But even beyond that, so the business growth aspects, also we believe that we are investing in this because it's also relevant for company survival. So it goes far beyond just a simple, straightforward business interest.
Promising. And I know just from speaking to you before we went on air that you were also in Copenhagen at the last big climate talks last year. Just kind of, what's your impression of the talks here in Cancun versus the talks in Copenhagen and the way that business and civil society are interacting with each other?
I think what is fair to say is that last Saturday at the World Climate Summit that we sponsored, Christiana Figueres gave an opening speech, and actually I was well impressed. So she's the good person for the job at this moment. But she also said that actually part of what is happening in Cancun is relationship fixing, the credibility of the process, to take a little bit of a step back maybe, to lay a good foundation, because a strong treaty needs a strong foundation. Well, I see also this week that regional, local, city governments on the one side and forward-looking business are not going to wait for the global treaty. I hope it will be there one day, but we are acting and we're stepping up our action. So actually, I think there's a lot of good things happening. If you look at the lighting sector, the building sector, I think it's too slow and maybe too little, but unstoppable. There's one thing actually that when I walked into this building again that I found peculiar, is that I think a couple of years from now maybe we start looking at this with some reflection, because you see the politicians are in one building, the NGOs are in this building, the business community is 20 kilometers away in Cancun, and actually I think one day we'll look back and say, why didn't we lock them up in the same place from the start? Because it's one planet, all of us are parents and citizens. And so certainly, I believe that's the one thing, one step maybe on the road to COP17 in Durban in South Africa. So because we need it for acceleration.
Well, it's been really interesting to talk to you, and it's good to hear from a business that's really kind of engaging with these issues and trying to kind of draw out the positives and the opportunities from it. So, Harry, I'll just say thank you very much for speaking to us, and maybe we'll catch up with you again soon. Thank you.